Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard products. This is their part number 92TWHDKB. Door bottom, dark bronze anodized, with a thermoplastic shoe insert and nylon brush. This is a very belt and suspendered sort of approach. Well, not really. Maybe having a drip cap and a door sweep out here might be belts and suspenders, I suppose. Very nice, effective sort of seal. The combination of this thermoplastic, that's here. And then these brush. Why? Why so? Well, the thermoplastic is really great because it's got 3 fins. It's going to seal very well. It's pliable. It's going to allow you to install that over something that's going to require the fins to move, and plus you've got 3 points of contact with the sill so that you've got contact, space, contact, space, contact, allowing you to deaden the transfer of air, whatnot, under certainly to a certain extent sound as well. But then the bristles come in, which are going to not only stand proud generally, unless they're compressed, and will generally always stand proud, but the advantage, as I pull the thermoplastic back, the advantage of the bristles is that they contour themselves excellently over an irregular floor surface. If my finger represented the irregular floor surface, you can see how well that tailors over that irregular floor surface. And if I were to do that to the thermoplastic, you got a lot of voids underneath there on the sides of my fingers. Okay, so you're really getting an excellent ability to seal the bottom of the door, very much so. Now, talking about variants of this, because this is the model with all the options, really. There is a link below this video to the product brochure where you can review the 92 TWH, and that is going to be right-hand side area. But what they're really trying, for me, for about 5 seconds, it was confusing. On the left-hand side, top, 92 series. Okay, the 92 series is representative of what we have here. That means dimensionally, this is going to measure 2 inch on the face of the aluminum with a 3/4 inch ceiling area as measured from where the door would reside. 3/4 inch. Okay. Spoilers, screws are included. For an 1 3/4 thick door. U-shaped door bottom, a little bit larger than standard. That might be exactly what you need to help mitigate a condition on the bottom of the door, maybe some fatigue or failure, some rust, some loss of integrity of the bottom of the door. Might have you considering a greater door bottom rather than a shorter version. Now, when you look below that, you've got the 99 series, since we're going over this example. Taller face with a profile texture to it that will give some integrity to the unit itself, and will possibly give you a different aesthetic that you might find desirable for whatever reason. You might like that curved sort of face. Obviously, that profile will give some greater integrity to the item in terms of it folding from a long perspective. Might make it more rigid, will make it more rigid on the bottom, okay, than trying to bend it this way. Now, on the left-hand side, just focus on the 92. When you add something after that, you're now defining the insert. So, the primary base model would be a 92N, forgive me, not the base model. The 92 is the series. The N, if you see an N in there, it's going to be neoprene. Rather than getting this thermoplastic, you're going to get that neoprene that's shown. First image over to the, and I was in error earlier, it's not 3/4 inch down here, it's 11/16. You'll get that neoprene insert. If you want to go to, and by the way, N or T right after the 92, or V, N, T, 4 variants. N for neoprene, T for thermoplastic, WH for the bristles only, or V for vinyl. Or the ability to mix an inner and an outer set together. A in the part number, you'll see that, will be just a mill aluminum finish. DKB will give you the dark bronze. So you've got a 92 series, we've got a T for the thermoplastic, then we've got the WH for what they call the wild hairs. Wild hairs. Bristle is all it is. They call it wild hairs. I don't see any reason to go with anything other than the thermoplastic with the bristle, or the TWH. If you want a U-shaped door bottom, 2-inch face, that is less expensive overall, the V for vinyl would get you that. But vinyl is incredibly poor in terms of performance and should be avoided. If you don't need anything other than 2 rows of the bristle, great, 92WHA or DKB, and then so on. And the same logic applies to the 99 series. So I like these extended door shoes a lot because you can really tailor what's happening. And by all means, the more the better on this kind of stuff. Not always, because keep in mind, if you were installing these on hotel doors, there's no notching that is on this thermoplastic, meaning there's no source of fresh air for the air handling unit, the AC unit that's in the hotel room. So generally you'll have notched underneath there, so keep that in mind as well. Upper right-hand corner of the page says that the vinyl is always gray, regardless of the color of the extrusion, mill or dark bronze, and that the neoprene is always black. Doesn't say always, but I'm saying it's always. Vinyl is always gray, neoprene's always black, the thermoplastic's always brown, and the bristles are always black when it comes to dark bronze. Otherwise, this bristle will be gray if you ordered aluminum. And sometimes you can vary some of that stuff in other applications from National Guard, but in terms of this material, you cannot. You could order a dark bronze with a gray brush, but you couldn't order it with a gray neoprene, so to speak. Where would you use this? As mentioned earlier, where you want to seal off that area and do so where you have a confluence of those fins and the bristles, residential, commercial, regardless. Either will work well. It's listed in the website in a couple of different lengths. It's listed in the website in several different lengths. Everything from 2 foot to 4 foot. 2 foot to 8 foot. Now you can have longer lengths should you need. Just we don't list them because the cost to ship the material is generally prohibitive over 8 foot long, especially in smaller quantities. But if you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field the net length you'd like for us to ship the material out at. The reasoning is if you had to take this 3 foot piece and cut it down to, say, 32 inch, you're going to eliminate that slotted hole that's there. Now with a door bottom like this, you're really going to want to have the ability to tailor that installation to account for a sill that's not level, or maybe a door that's not plumb, or maybe you've misdrilled the holes, whether you're drilling into steel, wood, aluminum, bronze, stainless, fiberglass. That drill bit has a tendency to walk a little bit before it pierces in. So that slotted hole will give you the ability to account for that to a certain degree as well. And obviously, drilling a slotted hole in the field is not easy. They don't drill these holes, they punch these holes. So if you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know. Order the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field the net length that you want us to cut the material back to, and we'll be happy to oblige that. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. If you have more than an occasional need for National Guard products, by all means familiarize yourself with their product catalog, because the name National Guard is synonymous with weather stripping, high quality weather stripping, excellent customer service, technical support, prompt, reliable, predictable, industry-leading ship times, and all very familiar within the construction industry. If you make a living in construction, certainly doors, you'll be familiar with National Guard. That's just the bottom line. Whether you're an installer, a distributor, an architect, a GC, a sub, whatever the case is. I'm partial to the National Guard because I like that they focus on this material and they do it quite well. Any questions on the 92 TWHDKB door bottom or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.